After a full season of counting river herring, the numbers are in. While the population does appear to be on the increase, there's still a long road ahead. We stopped in at the Jones River Potluck Dinner to talk with the people who study this important data.
Every other Friday night during the summertime at 6 p.m., the folks at the Jones River Landing host a potluck dinner. So why not every week? That's because every other week coincides with the tide chart, so that people can put their canoes, kayaks, and boats in the water. So who knows, I might even take a canoe out on the Jones River. In the meantime, we'll take a look at what's on the grills, and we might even talk about the new numbers on the herring count. Actually, the real reason we were there was to get the update on the herring count. I just checked out the grills as an excuse to get some free food. Alex Mansfield, the Ecology Program Director for the Jones River Watershed Association, was on hand to give us the details.
River herring numbers had dropped way down in the early 2000s. We're looking at a rebound now that is encouraging, but pretty small still. In the Jones River this year, we've come up from what it had been around 2005 and 2006 by a few thousand fish. Certainly encouraging, but by no means what the historical numbers had been. So we've kind of flatlined over the past 5 or 6 years at a number that is up from the real lows around 2006, but still a long ways to go.
The river herring have always been a big part of the local ecology, environment, and economy. But due to environmental conditions and overfishing, they've seen a dramatic drop in population. So much so that in the early 2000s, people started taking notice. Now there's a moratorium on fishing them in nearly every state on the eastern seaboard.
We're in a period of serious concern, and so this moratorium's in place, and so the population trends that we're looking at now in our counts are really important to see how those stocks are rebounding.
And in case you're wondering who's lucky enough to count the herring, it's an all-volunteer staff, several of whom were at the gathering that night.
When it's drizzly in April and it's 50 degrees and the fish aren't in yet and you don't see them yet and that data point is a zero, it can be frustrating, and we really have a huge group of committed volunteers, about 50 volunteers this year that helped us out, that we can't say enough about how helpful that is.
In Kingston, I'm Brian Sullivan, PACTV Community News.